Good morning. It's 5:55. It's really quiet. Very still, very quiet. Good morning. I hope everyone's feeling great today. Yeah, I don't have a cold one. I have hot coffee. But it's that time of day. I'm in Pleasant Valley. It's warm out today, warm and humid. As you can see from the burnt out grass, we're having a very bad drought. All the grass is gone. Except for the gardens. We water the gardens. Here's one of them. Farmer runs the hose from the river, was the brook, but the brook's drying up. One thing that never stops, and that's the noise from the airplanes. It goes on all day long. There's my oak tree. Good morning. Let's see if Jack's out. It's 5:58 on Sunday morning. No Jack. This might be a short live today. This is the best time of day because it's really peaceful and quiet. Even though there's a drought, we've been watering the garden using the brook water. And got some sunflowers. All right, I'm going to sit on the front porch and pan. I'm just going to pan the front yard. And we can just discuss things if you like. We can be quiet if you like. But that's what it's going to be about today. Good morning, Ashley Potter, 420, my kind of girl. Yep, this is where I live. I'm up early today. Where do you live? It's very overcast this morning. There's the house. This is minimalist entertainment. We had a really hot day yesterday. It was in the 90s. Still no rain. The wells are going dry. That's a problem. I've seen a lot of effects of the climate crisis this summer. I spent 2 months in Kansas recently, and then one day it got up to 108 degrees, and 4,000 cattle died. Now, I don't know about you, but when 4,000 cattle die because it's too hot, that's starting to affect the food supply. When you can't grow gardens without taking water from a river, that's a problem. TikTok's a trip. I watch these numbers go up and down. I've had a TikTok account for a few years, but never had any movement on it. I was what you call a zombie account. Didn't really use it. Then I was cleaning out my attic in this old house. House was built in 1810. And I found 3 steamer trunks full of really old belongings that belonged to the couple, well, the family who lived here. I lived here from the 1930s up until 2004. Anyway, what I found in the attic was this really strange book. It was the Hair of the Dead book. And in it were members of this family and friends of the family. Their hair, after they died, they took a piece of their hair and sewed it into a book with their name of them and the date of their death. Anyway, I found that book in this house. And that was like a really creepy find, but I put it up on TikTok. I seriously was going to throw it away. And I thought, let me upload it to some platform and then I'll throw it out. That way, there'll be a record of it, a cyber record. First time we put it up, I got 800,000 views and hundreds of thousands of likes. Wow, I went, wow, that's crazy that many people would find that Hair of the Dead book interesting. So a little while later, I put it back up again. And that time I got 400,000 hits. It's like, wow. So both posts put together, the same book, over 1 million. Overnight, I got 32,000 followers, literally overnight. And I've been doing TikTok ever since. I have a series going on the book right now because I started to study it and research it. The people who are in it, the stories behind them. And wow, that has become a real source of entertainment for me. And for you too, if you go check out my page. There's 11 videos on the Hair of the Dead book right now. Good morning to those of you who have stayed with me. I finally got my little letter spelled properly. There it is. Yesterday, someone pointed out to me that I had spelled porch wrong. Yay, he got the prize. It had been up there like that for about a week. He called it out, and I'm like, why didn't anyone else call out that misspelled word? I didn't understand that. But I'm glad somebody did. Anyway, I fixed the word. It's spelled right now. "6:09 in the morning. What time is it where you are?" All right, I might take a walk to the river. Let's see how that goes. The river's right over this tree line right here. Oh, we do need rain, Brian. Good morning. Want to see the back porch? All right, well, before I go to the river, I'll go to the back porch. Yeah, we have one, but this porch is closed. It's enclosed. It's not open. And again, that's the garden. Oh, I saw some flowers yesterday in the middle of a drought. Guess what? I'm getting some flowers. Very sparse. Yeah, I'd be thankful for two. Oh, and I pointed this out yesterday. If you like dill pickles, there's your dill. That's what it looks like on the plant. All right, let's see. It's the garden shed. Okay. Brian, I think it was you that wanted to see the back porch. There it is. That back porch. That's the kitchen. And guess what, Brian? We have a side porch too. This house has 3 of everything. 3 porches, 3 bedrooms, places. It all comes in 3s. That's a side porch right there. That's where I paint. The light's phenomenal, and I'll show you why. That's the brook. It's nearly down to a trickle. There's hardly any water. That's why I was going to take a walk over to the river and see what's happening over there. I haven't been to the river this summer at all. So maybe I'll do that. But first, I'll go look off the bridge. I can get a nice view of the brook from the bridge. In 1955, there was a huge flood that came down this valley and took everything out. Everything. But this house did not get flooded. It's just high enough, even though it has 2 major sources of water running on either side of it. The river in front and the brook on the side. All right. Okay, see, it's so quiet this morning. Nobody. Very quiet. There's a car. Just what I wanted to see. Let's look at the brook. Well, in order for you to see it, I've lived here for 40 years on this land, and I've never seen this brook this bad, this dry. Okay, I'm gonna walk to the river. See what's going on there. Now I'm curious. Because with the brook being that low, and it feeds the river, well, all the brooks feed the river. I wonder what's happening to that. Okay, so I'm off of my own yard. I've never done this before for live. I got a story to tell you about this barn right here. In the late 1700s, a man named J.S. Rogers built this barn, and there was a huge house on the lot in front of the barn. A huge Victorian house. And actually, he built some of the other houses around here for his children. The house burnt down on New Year's Eve in 1950. And I'm the only one who has a photo of that house. Not that it's anything special, but it's a piece of history that's gone. I love history. I guess if you know anything about my page or what I do live, it's all about history. Good morning, Nana. I'm in Connecticut, east coast of the United States. What state are you in, Nana? Let's see if I can find the threshold of the house. I once found it. And also I found the hearthstone that used to be the fireplace. It used to be over here. But they just mulched all of this, so probably under the mulch. After the house burnt down, this became a woodworking shop. They did a lot of high-end projects for hotels in New York. But as time went on, that family retired, sold the building. And there's a man now, he makes bicycles. But not just any kind of bicycles. He makes bicycles for the handicapped, where you sit on a 3-wheel bike and you pedal with your arms if you've somehow lost the use of your legs. I haven't been over here in a really long time. Gotta see the path to the river. That still is free to walk on. South Carolina. I hear you guys have having bad heat down there. My son used to live in Greenville, so I did visit him there. I liked South Carolina. But not as much as I like here. It's a nice piece of land with woods. We have a lot of black bears here. Maybe we'll get lucky and see one. The population is really, really dense for the black bears. The habitat is shrinking. They're not aggressive, or at least for the most part. If you mind your business, they mind theirs. Oh, yes, I can get to the river. I can get to the river. Florida, good morning. GM, thanks for joining. Okay, on the river. I'll tell you, TikTok's been one of the best things ever for me. And I have to tell you why. It has nothing to do with likes or followers or content. None of that. What TikTok has done for me, it got me up out of my chair. Doing my lives. Got me up walking around. Oh, they did a nice patio back here, see? I haven't been back here in so long. So, yeah. That's why I like TikTok. What do you like about TikTok? Oh, you get more response when you say, what don't you like about TikTok? I have a lot of responses to that as well. Here we are. All right. Let's see how close I can get without falling down. down bad. I can see the bottom. I was telling the story yesterday about the catch and release policy on this river. And there it is, it's posted. I don't think you can see it very well. And I'm not going to walk over so you can because it's totally covered with rocks. Anyway, what it says is if you catch a fish in this river, you have to release it. Salmon and trout. I don't think there's much in it now, though. The river's so low. It's just shocking to me to see how bad this drought is. Okay. Wow, I'm doing this without even tripping. See my nice rock path. Okay. I'm amazed there's no mosquitoes. That must be part of the drought, too. Okay, here we are. Wow. This is the Connecticut River. At one time, there were a lot of beavers on this river. But they started to take down the trees along the riverbank, the beavers, to build their dams. So what the EPA did was trap the beavers and relocate them. I don't know where they went. Good morning to anyone who's come into the live stream this morning. I can see the bottom. People fish on the river. It's fly fishing, usually. It's a huge sport here. But this is the river where the bears come to get their salmon. And the eagles come over. They hunt right above the river. Around 5 o'clock most days, there's 2 eagles that hunt over this river. I've seen them take fish before. I'm a little bit crazy about ecology and what we can do to keep our environment safe and beautiful. I guess you can tell why, because I live here. It's really important to me that nature survives this horrible climate crisis we're in. 6:26. So, yeah, the other thing besides fly fishing that's popular on this river is kayaking and tubing. Not now, because there's not enough water for either one. But when the river's high and running fast, which it does when it's high, it's fun to do kayaks on it and tubing. As you can see, what would be the rapids? Yeah, that's the rapids right now. And no summer fun this year. Good morning if you're just joining the live. Good morning. I'm in Connecticut, and this is the Connecticut River. And I'm just checking out the drought conditions, which they're bad. When the fly fishermen fish, at least they've in the past, they would stand in the middle of this river and they'd be up to their waist in water. Now, you might be up to your ankles. Maybe we'll get a bear come for a drink. We also have wildcats, fisher cats. We used to have coyotes, but I haven't heard them in, God, probably 5 or 6 years. No grizzlies, just black bears. You don't have snakes, Jimmy? Jimmy the Last, 92. Good morning. Thank you for joining. You're in Ireland, Jimmy. Wow. Thank you for joining me on the east coast of the United States in Connecticut. If you're not familiar with geography, Connecticut is 1 hour from New York, 1 hour from Boston, and about 45 minutes from Hartford. 3 major cities surround me. You'd never know it though, would you? I hear the geese. You hear them? See if I can see them. There they are. There they are. I told ya. All kinds of wildlife out here. Wasn't that so cool? Honkers. What a treat that was. I haven't seen him this year, but we had a blue heron who lived along this river. He used to fly over my house. If you don't know what a blue heron is, it's a large bird that when it's flying, it looks like a pterodactyl dinosaur. It's incredible. Okay, I'm about ready to walk back up. Does anyone have any more questions about the river? Because I'm going to head back up the bank. Yep. Even though it's nice down here. I'm not gonna do more than an hour live today though, so got a lot of ground to cover. This is a little bit steep for me, so bear with it. Yeah. Okay, we made it. I don't know if you really... I've never shown my face on TikTok ever, and I probably won't. One reason is because I'm really, really old. And it's just not a very pleasant thing to look at. It doesn't matter anyway. When you're old, you're always young on the inside. Anybody who's old, you know that. Somebody asked me, well, how old are you? I said, well, I'm a Vietnam veteran, so take it from there. Okay. Really didn't have on the proper shoes for that hike. I just want to check out these old growth trees here. Critters living in there. My cat lives in the woods. Maybe I'll see him. He only comes back to me for food when he's hungry. He's Jack Cat. He's an orange tabby. That's the only breed of cat that seems to survive out here. I don't know if it's because they're aggressive. I don't know. He's 6 years old now, and he's survived this area. We have a 10% chance of rain today. I know, 10% doesn't sound like very much, but hey, 10% is 10%, right? It gives you hope. I'm not in New York, I'm in Connecticut. Very similar landscapes. New York has an ocean front to the state. We also have an ocean bordering our state. New York has high mountains in the north part of New York for skiing. And we also have mountains to ski on. So we have both. That's a really great old tree there. Okay, we'll go this way. And that way we can check out the brook again. For anyone who joined while I'm not looking, it's good morning. 6:35 on Sunday. There's my house. You can see it. House was built in 1812. It was the Cannon family who built the house. And they also ran a forge. They used the brook water, turned a water wheel, and they ran a forge next to the house. Like I said, I'm a history buff. Oh, people are waking up. A little bit of traffic. There's barns everywhere. We have a barn too. I haven't showed you the barn yet. Well, I don't know if this will be an hour or not. Let's see. Okay, let's get moving. Who's from Bristol? Because there's a Bristol, Connecticut. Are you from Bristol, Connecticut? Really? Seriously? I have so many friends that live there. Maddie. Yes, Maddie. Good morning. This is a water supply for the local volunteer fire department. They come here and they use this water from this brook to fill up their tanks for putting out fires. I wonder how the brook condition right now with no water or barely any water. I wonder how that's affecting them. Where are they getting the water for their tanks? Something's upsetting the dogs. That's usually not a good sign. Some kind of animal. Oh, you live in Jacksonville, Florida. I myself lived in Bristol for a while. Both of my children were born in Bristol Hospital. I'm a grandma. They're all grown up. Maddie, you should come back and visit Bristol, especially in the summertime. Connecticut is so lush and beautiful. You'll be a snowbird. Just down this road, around the bend, is Pleasant Valley Cemetery. And the only reason I bring that up is because I research a lot of history down there. I can find people who lived here hundreds of years ago. I can find their graves. It gives me a date of death. My favorite thing. Not really, I hate that. I hate traffic. You were in Connecticut on the 4th of July. I hope you had a really great weekend. I hear the geese again. Flying over the river. Okay, I think we'll go up around the back. I did leave a coffee on the front porch. I might have to go back there. Thank you, Maddie. Inherited this house. It wasn't anything I did. It's just given to me. I don't know how that happened. It just did. A very dear friend of mine lived in this house. She lived in this house for over 80 years. Never married. never had any children, and we were best friends. So when she died, surprise, surprise, she gave the house to me. To me and the farmer. That's where I found that crazy book up in the attic. Farmer's been chopping wood, getting ready for winter. So we have about 6 cords now set up all over the land. That's how we'll heat the house this winter. It's nice to have a wood stove. Thank you, Maddie. You have an awesome day, too. Maybe I'll have you join again sometime. Arizona, good morning. For anyone who's just kind of jumped in to this live stream, good morning. We have a little bird that lives in the shed right there. You see him on the door? He goes into the shed through the crack in the door. I think he's got a little chick in there. It's late in the year for birds to be hatching eggs, but some of them do. A master mason built this addition onto the house. He did some little things, the master mason, when he built it. He actually lived in this house, and there's two upright stones on one side and 3 on the other. Heart in the middle. That was his family. He had 3 children and a wife. It's the little things that make life interesting, right? Most people wouldn't even have seen that. Good morning, Sherry. Thanks for coming into the live stream today. I'll just talk to myself and to whoever else will listen. I had a young man the other day came in on my live. Really nice young guy. And he asked me a question because he knew I was old. And he said, what advice would I give anyone after living as long as I have? And I said, it's time. Don't waste time. Time is all you really have. And when it's gone, how sad. I have plans to go up the mountain to the lake today. There's a beautiful mountain lake about 3-4 minutes from here. Live, love, laugh now. I'm in Connecticut. I'm in Connecticut and it's 6:47 in the morning. It's Sunday. Very quiet today. That's my chair. And that's my coffee. I hope you have your coffee. There are mountains in Connecticut in the northwest part of the state. There's a couple of nice ski mountains that you can ski on. One's called Butternut Mountain. Another one's Mount Sun. There's a few ski places. I have one in my town, actually. Wow. Mamoritz, good morning. I know why you lived in Connecticut for 54 years. Because there's no other place this great. Yeah, Mount Southington's doing really well with their ski business. I can't remember the name of the mountain, the ski resort that's in my own hometown. Believe that? Yeah, I told you, I'm old. My memory sucks. Yeah, you gotta hunker down for the winters up in here. I was talking yesterday with a nice man on my live, and he wanted to know, he was from Australia, and he wanted to know how high the snow got in the winter, how much snow. And there's been years where the snow came all the way up to the bottom of the window. And it never melted. All winter it stayed. And it just snowed on top of snow, on top of snow. And you can't get out of your house. You're in your house. At least until everything's plowed. Well, I hope everyone was able to see the river. I just got back from a river trek to check out the water situation. It's desperately low. Scary low. Mamoritz Blaze and Venture. You have lived over the whole state. You know Connecticut better than I do. I've lived in Connecticut since, excuse me, 1981. Thank you for the hearts. And if you're still with me on my live stream this morning, I'd just like to thank every one of you. I know you have the option to scroll. I know people get bored with lives like this. It's not a lot of action. But I want to make sure that every one of you know that I'm really thankful that you're here. It's 6:52, it's Sunday morning. It's quiet. Most mornings I'll take a walk down around the barn. Not today. Maybe tomorrow. The river trek was enough for me. I hear the farmer. He's wrestling around in the kitchen. I guess I gotta go get the farmer some breakfast. Yeah, he's probably hungry. I'll see if the cat's at the back. Mamoritz, you doing an all-nighter? Wow, that's really cool. I am hearing the birds this morning. Good morning, Lisa. 567. Thanks. Good morning. Yeah. Caribou, Maine. That's right on the border. My husband's family comes from Caribou, Maine. Potato farmers. Before corporate farming took over. It's coffee time. Stay calm, keep calm. Stay calm. I hear a mourning dove. Those trees right there, and that line of trees, they're maples. And the farmer's father planted those. And he's gone now, so I think of him when I see those trees. We tap them. We tap the maple trees to make maple syrup in the spring. But even that was not great this year. The sap just didn't run. Didn't run. Yeah. Well, I usually do live for an hour, and that's about now. It's been an hour. It was so nice chatting with everyone this morning, and I'm so happy that you were here.